One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. So let me be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides onto his ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals reporting pace his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Shit, we all made it to Monday morning, man. Much love, honor, respect, everybody. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the freaking morning, man. We finally got hooked up on the Stream Deck side of things, and let me make sure my autofocus is off. Boom, there we go. And yes, it took me until 1:49 in the morning until I got this fucking thing working, man. So,
Emotional, damn it!
it's been a motherfuck. So hopefully everyone's gonna be, tuning in and enjoying themselves this Monday. Listen, I understand it's Monday, so it's hard. It's hard. I get it, man. A lot of people have the Monday blues, but listen, we're trying to make it a little bit better over here. So before we get into it, man, make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. And you know what else is free? Hitting that subscribe button. If you're brand new here, make sure you guys hit that sub, man. Also, this is the money part. Make sure you guys please consider becoming a member, starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody, but check it out. This is the way that we're 100% supported by you guys, and we only have a voice because of you guys. So I very much appreciate that. Little side note here: follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my life but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time, breaking news, and a great place to get a hold of me one-on-one. It's my main platform, so hopefully you guys hit me up over there. And last but not least, every super chat, super sticker, gifted membership signups, all of these things are going to be shouted out and presented live onto the show. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from your hard-earned cash, we have these platforms that are scrolling for the remainder of the show. And of course, I will read every donation that comes through out loud and shout you out, man. So I very much appreciate it. I got it locked on my phone, so if anything gets sent through, we'll see it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, great to see everybody. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their morning. We got Carney's right up in the building. Shout out to you, my man. We got Brother Steve Easy, Brother Warland. We have Rabbit of Chaos. Good morning to you. We got Brendan Smith. Great to see you as well. We have Tiffany Lance as well saying, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone has a good Monday. Yes, I hope that you and everyone here is going to have a good Monday. Let's see here. We got, as well as Joseph up there in freaking Canada, our favorite snow Mexican, saying, good morning, Mr. Ball, Lucy, Breakfast Crew, BNC, and definitely can't forget the haters. Stop the cap, bro.
Stop the cap.
I feel that. Much love, honor, respect, kind sir. Great to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have kind of an interesting one here. Trump to meet South Korean president. As you guys know, Kim Jong-un. I guess he was lonely, ladies and gentlemen. He wanted to be a part of the chaos. And you know what's funny? As a political satirist, I actually made memes not that long ago of Trump, Putin, and Kim Jong-un. And I put that up on social media as a joke. Ironically, motherfucker wants a meeting with Trump now. So anyways, we have a lot to discuss, not only with that, but we have some Israel-Gaza updates, as well as Kilmar Abrego, I think that's how you say his name. Garcia updates. We have all that. We have Israel pounds Gaza City, vows to expand offensive, as well as Villanova University investigated after another false active shooter report. And then we have Governor Abbott over there in Texas announces $40 million committed to new housing fund for flood victims. Then we have University of South Carolina all clear issued after active shooter alert. Then we're going to go into Israel, Hamas. Just about 4 hours ago, there was, I think, 2 journalists. They're labeling this multiple journalists killed by Israeli strikes. And then we're going to be going into the Garcia ordeal. Garcia speaks out ahead of ICE meeting. And then we have on ICE, right after that, ICE detains Garcia. So ironic, they go over there to kind of have this rally outside this immigration office, and then the motherfucker actually gets fucking arrested and taken by ICE.
Stupid.
You motherfucker, you are he's stupid. Anyways, before we get into it, man, I really appreciate you guys being here. I just wanted to thank you guys. Let's go ahead and bring this up. We're going to start this off just basically what we see on the live. It says South Korea's president heads to talks with President Trump at first summit, National Guard mobilizing in 19 states amid immigration crime crackdown, and U.S. seeks to deport Garcia to Uganda after he refused plea deal. All right, so that kind of gives you a little bit of the lineup, but I do want to show you guys this. Reuters China is tweeting this out. South Korea's new president, Lee Jae-myung, I don't know, will face a pivotal moment on Monday when he meets U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington for their first summit as the country's decades-old alliance strains to confront rapid geopolitical changes. All right, so now what's going to be interesting is this whole ordeal. Lee faces off with Trump for the first time. They're going to kind of talk about it here for a sec. I really don't care about an analysis, but I did want to show you guys this, what's being reported on. I really don't care about their analysis, but whatever.
Seen as a strengthening of alliances because Lee needs the United States for regional security, and the United States needs South Korea for allied defense.
Bro, Joseph knows the deal. Right after this, I'll play it.
And for shipbuilding and for lots of other areas of commerce. So I think South Korea wants this to be a strengthening of alliance, wants to see this as a huge deal. And so I think he's reading the art of the deal.
Good to see you.
To know how to make this the biggest win.
Sick bastard as well. Good morning, kind sir.
For both countries possible.
You've mentioned China quite a few times in this discussion, and of course, that is one of the nations.
Oh, dude, I didn't even do any of that effort. I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it at all. They're like, "Hey, where's your homework?" Like, I didn't do it. I don't even give them that much effort. We got Stephanie up in the building as well. Good morning to you. Hopefully, you're enjoying the morning. And yeah, don't follow my footsteps, children. If stay in school and do well in school. All right, don't be an asshole. Rob's neighbor says, "What's up, y'all?" Yes, sir. We got Glare 1%er as well. Say morning all driving, so can't chat. No worries. Make sure you drive safe. Always appreciate you hanging out with us, by the way.
Probably having their eyes really focused on this meeting between President Trump and President Lee today. And Brandon, I'm wondering if I think it would be worth it actually to just kind of lay the framework again for our viewers here, talking about the hostilities there within the region, specifically.
Oh, I really don't care about the hostilities because we already know and understand the hostilities here. At least we have discussed geopolitical bullshit nonstop. I just wanted to show you guys that this is going to be happening. I really don't know exactly when it's going to be happening, obviously, but their first summit, I guess we're going to see some activity there. All right, so let's go ahead and move this on because I just wanted to show you guys that and started and open it up with that. By the way, good morning, Rebecca. Great to see you, by the way, up there in Canada. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Israel pounds Gaza City, vows to expand offensive. Now, a lot of the stories that we've got today, ladies and gentlemen, are lengthy news bits. So we're not going to be listening to all of it. We're going to be skipping around a lot. We're going to be if we listen to everything, we'd be here for like multiple hours. So we're making sure that we can stay on top of this shit. And when we get into like analysis part from these guys and stuff like that, and it's already stuff we know, then I'm not going to play it,
I do want to bring in a senior fellow with GINSA, John Hanna, to talk more on this. John, we appreciate you taking the time to join us here on Live.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? You are gay.
You are gay.
Now from Fox.
Thanks so much for having me.
So a very complex issue as Israel weighs, a number of factors right here. But let's start with the expansion into Gaza.
Oh, wait. Before we get into Gaza, I promised Joseph I'd play it. I promised him.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Shit.
Oh shit!
All right, back in
Gaza. That could happen within a matter of days. But when we take a look ahead, what might that expansion look like?
Yes, sir, Steve.
Well,
you looked at all those buttons. You're like, I gotta know what this motherfucker got on there so I can reference this shit. It's fine.
A major operation. Israel's operated in Gaza City before, but it never stayed behind and really did a thorough clearing operation to really destroy Hamas in Gaza City. There are probably now over 1 million people there, so this will be an incredibly difficult, hard-going operation.
Yeah, no kidding, bro. Shit.
Israel's going to have to try and move out as many of those 1 million people as they can to safer areas in the south before the IDF launches a full-scale urban operation to clear that area of Hamas, and then not only clear it of Hamas, but then do the job of destroying Hamas's infrastructure in the city. We know about these hundreds of miles of tunnels underneath all of Gaza, and of course the fact that
What's up, trigger warning, by the way? Good morning to you.
so many of these houses and apartment buildings have either been booby-trapped or themselves become storage areas for Hamas weapons. So you're talking about a very sweeping
Brother Dwayne, my man, good to see you as well.
operation that will be impose great civilian harm, probably get lots of IDF soldiers killed. And then you've got the question of where are those hostages and what does Hamas do if Israel launches this kind of very large campaign?
No doubt that is exactly what Israel is currently.
Real quick before she goes into that, Seymour Cannabis comes in saying, Mike Ball, cheers. Here I'm back with a new channel. Cheers, everyone. Great to see you, by the way. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far. And great to see you back here on your other channel, man.
Weighing here, but let's take a look at the factors, because Israel has said, and all along, its main mission is to eradicate Hamas. Now it's looking to expand into Gaza, as you mentioned, an incredibly complex and dangerous operation with Hamas, booby-trapping all of these buildings and the tunnel system there. But when Israel takes a look at rescuing these 20 hostages or so who remain in captivity, what does that strategy look like? Because one has no doubt that this is, this is what Hamas has over Israel right now. It are the hostages. What is Israel looking at when it comes to eradicating Hamas? And this is a live look right here, and we're seeing some activity there along the border of Israel and Gaza. But, what is Israel weighing for those factors?
Well, in lots of ways, these are two competing war objectives: eradicating Hamas and liberating as many hostages, both alive and deceased, as you can. Unfortunately, over nearly 2 years of war, the track record of military operations that actually free hostages, they've been fairly few and far between. The most hostages, of course, have come out via temporary ceasefire deals in which Hamas actually releases hostages.
Real quick. We have Brother Dwayne saying, love your new sound effects, Mike. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, kind sir. Yeah, it's something that it took me so fucking long to get right. It took me up until 1:49 in the morning last night, or this morning, I guess. And I just could not get it to read correctly. And I could hear it, but the stream couldn't hear it. And that was a fucking issue, dude. It gave me a lot of emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Shit. All right, back to the ordeal here.
In exchange for a temporary respite from Israeli military operations. On the other hand, it's clear that unless there's military pressure on Hamas, it has almost zero incentive to engage in a negotiation to liberate any hostages at all. So there's a real push and pull here.
You know what, Trigger, real quick, because you're you know what I mean? And I've just got to do it. Just fuck it. Who cares? I'll go ahead and just do it real quick. We're going to do a brief little interjection here. It's super funny. So last night, or this morning, testing this whole thing, it was a huge fucking ordeal trying to get it to happen, right? So I had to record myself and go live to be able to test if you guys could hear it. So last night, I actually filmed myself. I went live, but I went live privately on YouTube. So let me go ahead and I didn't even know if you guys would be able to hear it at that time, so I had to whatever. So I've got this, and I'm going to show you because it is funny. Why not? All right, it's 1:48 in the morning, and we're just doing a real quick test. We've been working all night on this fucking thing, so let's see if any of these work. You guys have to let me know.
Stupid.
Oh shit!
Emotional, damn it.
Stop the cap. Bruh.
These are all the sound effects. Those are my favorite. Hopefully you guys can hear that.
A few moments later.
Oh my God!
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You are gay.
All right. It is 1:49 in the morning. Time to go to bed after finally making this fucking thing happen. Hopefully that worked. Yeah, and see, I didn't even know if it worked by then, you know? So, anyways, that was fun. Now back to real life. I'm sorry, I had to show you guys me geeking out. It was a lot of work, man.
Great danger that Israeli military operations themselves could result in either the operations accidentally killing hostages, or if Israel gets close to the hostages, that Hamas will proceed to kill them before allowing Israel to liberate them. So it's a terribly, terribly difficult dilemma for the Israelis that they've got to try and achieve some kind of balance here.
And what might that balance look like? What would a potential scenario look like for those hostages to be released? And that has happened before. You know, Israel and Hamas have come to previous agreements in which hostages were released. So you know, what were the lessons learned then, and how could they be implemented once again now? You know, the landscape has changed, but
well, we all knew that this was going to happen. Okay, so this is nothing that's new in any of our lives. We knew that this shit was going to happen. When they went into Gaza City and basically vows to destroy it from the top down, literally, well, you know they're going to expand inside of Gaza, bro. You know that they're going to start moving in and taking other parts and moving people. It's just what's happening. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next ordeal here. We have some odd update. I'm not really sure what this whole ordeal entails, but Villanova University investigated after false active shooter report. So let's go ahead and bring this up. We're only going to play a little bit of it. We're not going to play the whole thing, but we'll get a general consensus of what's happening here.
All right, welcome back in here too, live now from Fox. I am Andy Mack. In just a matter of several days on the campus of Villanova University there in Philadelphia, a pair of false active shooter events taking place. Again, this one happened on Sunday after an incident, a cruel hoax on Thursday from the Radnor police saying police department on location at Villanova University, Austin Hall, for a reported shooter there. Of course, we are hearing different updates from authorities here on live now.
Is that a hoax call?
Now from Fox, as law enforcement confirmed the call to be false. Officers are working to clear the campus and restore normal operations at this time.
So, you guys gonna investigate who fucking made that call? I mean, what's
The investigation is ongoing, and we heard there again from the Villanova University president, Father Peter Donahue, calling today's another hoax. This was the statement on social media sent out to the Villanova community saying, you likely have...
Man, that's a bit... It's fairly big statement.
Many
there.
questions right now as we received another flurry of Nova alerts about another possible incident on campus. First and foremost, the campus is and has been safe despite the troubling events of the past several days. So obviously concerned there on the campus as they are beginning yet another fall session. Let's be joined right now by Villanova.
Steve is getting ate up over there by YouTube, man. Feels ultra bad.
Student, junior in communication, Dylan Johnson. Dylan, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. And you've been on social media kind of documenting all of this. You got back on campus today. What's the feeling so far?
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, I've been able to talk to a lot of students, who were here over the past few days too, orientation counselors, some freshmen. Obviously, it's calmed down a lot until today. It was another scare that happened today on campus earlier today. But it seems like there's a lot of...
Another scare? What are you guys getting, like multiple fucking SWAT calls or something?
Calmness. I think a lot of people calm down. I haven't got to talk to people like recently in the last few hours, so obviously things could have changed. But a lot of people, I've never experienced this. I've talked to some security officers here. They haven't seen, they've been here for 18 years. They haven't seen something like this. So it's all new to Villanova and the surrounding community. A lot of police presence here today, security on the final day of move-in for upperclassmen. So it's calm. People feel safe. There's a lot of security.
That's very true, by the way, Steve. We're going to go ahead and move along from this guy. We don't need to hear his, how he's all hurt, inside and all that stuff from this whole ordeal. But we're going to go ahead and move on into Governor Abbott now announces $40 million committed to new housing fund for flood victims down there that just happened in Texas.
All right, welcome back in here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. Let's take us down to Texas as we're nearly 2 months since those deadly, devastating floods in the hill country of Central Texas. A live picture right
What's up, human? Hopefully
right
you're enjoying
in Austin. As earlier
morning.
on this week, $40 million was pledged to a new housing fund for Kerr County flood victims, saying the community foundation for the Texas Hill County, as the foundation made the announcement Thursday alongside Governor Greg Abbott following those deadly flooding over the 4th of July weekend. The foundation also said in the first 45 days of the recovery effort, it has granted more than $16 million to more than 50 local nonprofit organizations working directly with flood survivors. Let's take you right now out to Greg Abbott earlier this week making this announcement.
The standard process that we go through in responding to...
So I guess he made this announcement earlier last week, and we're just now hearing about it? That's interesting.
To a disaster like this, and then comment about what you guys are doing. So anytime when we see what happened either here in Kerrville or what happened in Hurricane Harvey, name the disaster. The first thing we focus on is saving lives. That includes the ongoing search and rescue operations. The second thing that we focus on is things like removing debris. Then we work through that process on legislation. And by the way...
but the whole thing is like 40 million. How many houses is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a lot. Truth be told, 40 million ain't shit.
As we are speaking right now, the Texas House of Representatives has taken up multiple pieces of legislation that fully respond to all the needs of the Kerrville, but also the other areas affected by all of these devastating floods. I am told that just as I arrived here, the Texas House of Representatives passed out of their chamber the camp safety bill to ensure that the camps in the state of Texas will be safer from flooding events that cost lives like this one did. Then all along the way, what's necessary is the rebuilding process. There are so many people who are displaced that we need to be very empathetic to. These are people who lost their home, people who don't have a place to live, people who are waiting to get back into their homes. And
now, what I would like to know, Governor Abbott, is what are the number of those people? And let's see if this correlates 40 million, like what Steve Easy just did in math. I mean, simple. For a nice house, $1 million a piece. That's 40 houses. And at, 500,000, yeah, you get 80 mid houses. So how many people are suffering? Is it 80 people? Is it 40 people? Or are we talking about like freaking tens of thousands of people? Like, we're not talking about that much, but like, what if it's fucking, let's just say that are affected by this 1,200 people. That's a lot of fucking people, bro. That's not covering 80. That's just not enough. 80 homes is not enough.
We need to really feel the pain that they are struggling through, knowing that they
That's 400 single wides. That's hilarious, Anson.
have to get back into that home as quickly as possible. Corresponding to that, we have donors, so many generous people here in the state of Texas who have supported that effort. And they had the donor intent to make sure those dollars are going to be used to get those people back into their homes. To see what you've done today with this announcement of $40 million, to know the extent to which it is going to help people actually get back into their homes. And let's aggregate this together.
How many people are displaced? That's what I want to know. But he's not going to answer that.
He talked about this new $40 million grant, in addition to more than $15 million already granted, and in addition to that.
Oh, that's good. So 90 million total.
Many of you are familiar with what the George Strait Foundation provided. 2 weeks ago, we handed out checks to people who are homeowners who were very devastated. We'll be back again this coming Saturday to hand out more checks. The first round of checks there were $25,000. There will be more money provided. The point is this.
Man, I know he had to answer that right there, but also 25 grand ain't shit. I'm just being honest here. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. I mean, but the truth be told, that ain't shit. What are you going to do with 25K when your shit just got fucked? For real. 25K ain't enough.
The George Strait Foundation is helping about 75 families, 75 residences be able to be fully paid for the rebuilding process. When you look at the money that the Community Foundation is providing to these other local organizations, in addition to the money that would be available after that, I see no reason whatsoever why all of the residents who lost
real quick,
a permanent
holy shit. Man, we got Mr. that just sent in a Cash App, man, and I totally fucked up on timing because I got too distracted by the freaking sound bites and all that bullshit. But man, Mr. I got to give him a huge shout out right now. He sends in $50 on Cash App, and he just says, from Mr. Bro, that kind of shit is like way generous, bro. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Made it really rain over here. Shit. I really appreciate that, homie. Thank you for that. Let me make sure that I am all caught up with these. Okay, I am. So I'm super sorry for the lateness on that.
Residents in this region are not only going to be able to have that permanent residence fully rebuilt, but rebuilt at record speed. There's construction projects going on right now, and this is able to happen because of the charitable donations that have been provided. Let me give you
That's right, Motobomb. Make sure you guys hit that like button, by the way. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. I really appreciate all your guys' laborious work right there.
Contrast example. And that is when Hurricane Harvey hit, there were literally hundreds of thousands of homes that were impacted and destroyed. And it was far more than what charitable contributions would be able to pay for. As a result, it got stuck into a process that goes to the federal government, that goes through HUD, and it literally takes years, maybe even a half a decade, to get people back into a permanent residence. What these people at this table are doing, they are ensuring that the people of this community...
Real quick, we got Glare coming in saying, one of my coworkers is dealing with a flooded house, and it's flooded because his roof leaked in that rainstorm, and his insurance is not wanting to cover because they say there is no damage to the roof. The whole inside of the house is flooded from his roof leaking. Bro, that is fucking terrible. And that's the biggest scam yet, is just insurance. Insurance is the only industry in the world that I know does everything in their power not to do their job. Did I just nail that? Fucking incredible. Insurance is a huge fucking scam, bro. It just is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go and move on along from that ordeal with Abbott. Let's go and move into University of South Carolina, all clear issued after active shooter alert. So we've had a couple of alerts here. So let's go ahead and bring this up and show you guys what's happening. This is a quick update.
So I want to dive into some breaking news, a developing story out of Columbia, South Carolina on the campus.
Real quick, and Mr. says, I've been busy with our project. Yes, sir. Yes, you have. but I'm always watching our crew, even if I can't comment much, man. I really appreciate you being here. And thank you for your kind donation, sir. That really goes a way fucking long way. Way longer than people even understand, man.
Of that university there, the state university is the University of South Carolina. Under this, an active shooter on campus. This as a Carolina alert, their alert system, their emergency service, as they're asking people to avoid the area, evacuate, barricade, defend yourself as necessary, obey officials. Check here for more information. They are identifying an individual of concern there in this active shooter incident, talking about who they are potentially looking for. The active shooter at Thomas Cooper Library on the Columbia campus. Subject reported as a white male, 5 feet with black pants. So, of course, also 6 feet, with with black pants. So the Carolina Alerts is an active shooter.
Yes, sir. Hardwire says, I'm not here. I'm working. Yes, I'll tell your boss that you are working. And if he has any issues with any of that shit, you let him know. Just, you tell him to call me. You know what I mean? I'll have a word. If this is an issue, I will personally tell you. I'm just kidding.
Has been reported on the University of South Carolina Columbia campus at the Thomas Cooper Library. The subject reported as a white male with black pants, approximately 6 feet tall and still in the area. Avoid the area, evacuate the area, or seek safe shelter and barricade yourself in a safe area as necessary until further notice.
So this says active shooter at Thomas Cooper Library on Columbia campus. Subject reported as 6 foot white male with black pants.
Again, coming in on their website, they say, quote, defend yourself if you encounter the suspect. Obey public safety officials' commands. Public safety officials are on the scene. Additional safety information can be found on their website. So these are the alerts coming in, and you can imagine just what is going through the mind of students and parents here as we're just beginning a new fall session.
Well, they're not going to bring any other images here. But
we saw over the last several days 2 different false active shooter reports in Villanova. And
so now 2 false active shooter reports.
In Philadelphia, also one at UT Chattanooga. So obviously,
so there's like 3 here, 2 there, 1 here, 1 here. These are all false reports.
So this is concerning.
Except this one. I think this is an actual active shooter right here. It says active shooter reported. And, but it is now considered all cleared after this alert came out. So that's what I wanted to point out here.
They have identified a subject, a potential suspect in this active shooter incident there on the campus at South Carolina at USC.
Well, we know it's all cleared now, so we don't need to go into more details about that, because we don't have an image of said person yet. So let's go and move on into Israel-Hamas. Multiple journalists were killed by an Israeli airstrike. You know, here's one thing I do got to say about this. You can't blame it on accidents. You can't blame shit on, you know, it's really hard when you start targeting journalists. You know, that's not a good look. I can promise you that. But let's go ahead and bring this up, and I will read down below here. It says multiple journalists were killed by Israeli strikes on a Gaza hospital. And by the way, for everyone tuning in on this just came out like 2 hours ago. 4 journalists. So I thought it was 2, but I guess it's 4 journalists were among at least 8 people killed on Monday in an airstrike in southern Gaza, including a freelance journalist who worked for the Associated Press. Oh, shit.
We want to start with some breaking news this morning here at Live Now from Fox. As you take a look at your screen, we have a post here courtesy of the Associated Press saying 4 journalists, including a freelancer who worked with the AP, are among 8 killed by an Israeli airstrike on southern Gaza's Nasser hospital. Taking us out to this live image that we do have over in Gaza, as I read courtesy of this reporting from the AP, Miriam Daga, who was 33.
What's up, Christopher Collins? Roll Tide, baby. Good to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far.
Freelanced for the AP since the Gaza war began, as well as other news outlets. Daga reported on Nasser Hospital doctors struggling to save children with no prior health issues who were wasting away from starvation. Al Jazeera also confirming that its journalist Mohammed Salam was among those who were killed.
Wow. So an Al Jazeera journalist, an Associated Press journalist so far. There's 2 more journalists. So let's hopefully hear where they come from too.
Killed in the Nasser hospital strike. Reuters reported that its contractor cameraman Hussam al-Masri was also killed in that strike, and photographer.
So a camera / photographer for the reporter also died. Damn.
For Hatim Khalid, who was also a Reuters contractor, was wounded, according to the news agency. The Israel-Hamas...
So a Reuters contractor was injured.
War has been one of the bloodiest conflicts for media workers, with a total of 192 journalists killed in Gaza in the 20...
Wow, hold on. We got Chatting with Stacks up in the building. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning. And hey, I really appreciate everyone coming in and hitting that like button, by the way. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free. I really appreciate you guys. You know, definitely shoot that motherfucking like button up, you know? Shit.
2-month conflict, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists. Comparatively, 18 journalists have been killed so far in the Russia-Ukraine war, according to that same organization. Transitioning now to this other live image that we have over in Gaza City. It's a little blurry there, a little hazy.
Oh, and the 100, I wanted to hear that exact number again.
Transitioning now to this other live, journalists have been killed so far. Journalists. Conflict, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists. Comparatively, 18 journalists have been killed so far in the Russia-Ukraine war, according to that same organization. Transitioning now to this other, Khalid, who was also a Reuters contractor, was wounded, according to the news agency. The Israel-Hamas war has been one of the bloodiest conflicts for media workers, with a total of 192 journalists killed in Gaza in the 22-month conflict, according...
Wow, since the whole ordeal down there, since October 7th, there has been that many that have been killed of journalists. I mean, that is a lot.
Of 192 journalists.
192 journalists have been fucking killed. Damn, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, shit! Oh,
bruh. Was killed in Gaza in the...
Man, that's totally radical. Let's go ahead and move this
up.
up.
Other live image that we have over in Gaza City. It's a little blurry there, a little hazy, but it's a more direct view as to what conditions are looking like down on the ground. The Israeli Prime Minister's office and Israeli military have refused to comment on this latest incident, but it is just the latest breaking news headline that we have coming out of that Israel-Hamas war. Heading back to this live image that we have over at the Gaza skyline. Again, we are following this very closely, as 4 journalists were among at least 8 people killed on Monday in a strike on a hospital in southern Gaza, including a freelancer who worked for the Associated Press. And again...
Yeah, no kidding, trigger warning. Shit.
And that Israel-Hamas war has been one of the bloodiest conflicts for media workers, with a total of 192 journalists killed in Gaza in that 22-month conflict.
Damn.
According to the Committee to Protect Journalists. Any update that we get from the story, of course, we'll bring it to you here at Live Now from Fox, as we always do.
All right, so let's go and move into now the whole thing with Garcia. There was this whole... Regarding Garcia, he was speaking out ahead of this ICE meeting. He attends this rally outside of an immigration office, goes there, goes to speak, and gets arrested by ICE. And this couldn't be more funny. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and bring up the ordeal. Now, I don't know the actual details of this yet. I just saw this right before we went live. So I haven't watched it yet. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to do this in chronological order. We're not going to play this whole thing. But this is Garcia speaking out ahead of this ICE meeting. And this is before he gets arrested. And then we have the arrest information as well. So I'll play that after this one. What's up, brother TVT? We got TVT up in the building. Shout out to my man up there in Canada. Great to see you, by the way.
What do we want? When do we want it?
Now! Shit's lame.
It's hard to believe that we're still here, waging this fight. When I worked at the Department of Justice, when they made a mistake, they would acknowledge it, correct it, and move on. This started with a mistake. They picked him up. They deported him. They knew it was illegal. They acknowledged it because the judge said he could stay here, but instead of acknowledging it and bringing him back, they said, we can't bring him back. They lied. The Supreme Court said, no, he gets his day in court, bring him back. But they didn't want to back down and just do what the Supreme Court ordered them to do. So they charged him with crimes in Tennessee that came out of nowhere. And then they brought him back immediately. So we knew they could bring him back, right? We know they can give him justice, right? But they keep fighting it. So he went in front of another judge in Tennessee, and what did that judge say? He looked at the case that they charged him with and said, you know what? I think he should be able to go home. God. I think he should be able to stay home. I think he should have his day in court, and we're going to let him go back to his house. That's right. So he should be in his house this morning, not worried about getting deported anywhere, not worried about injustice anywhere, not worried about the pressure and the vengeance of the Department of Justice and the Trump administration. He should be able to get his due process and go forward from there, right? I don't know what's going to happen in that building this morning. We were here a couple of weeks ago trying to get into an inspected facility. They wouldn't even let us in. Now, we went to El Salvador to go see him down there. They wouldn't let us in there either. But that's a dictatorship country. I wasn't shocked to be not allowed in there. I was shocked that members of Congress, 2 senators and 4 members of Congress, were not allowed inside a federal building here in the United States of America. That's outrageous. So today, we keep the fight going, right? We don't give up, right? We're here to make sure justice is done, right? So when he goes in that building, we'll be supporting him. We'll continue to fight. No matter what happens in there today, we've got his back, right? The people, united, will never be defeated. The people, united, will never be defeated. The fight continues. Stay strong. God bless.
Jesus Christ. Why did we listen to that? That was fucking rough, bro. All right. Let's see if you speak now. All right, here it goes.
Brothers and sisters, please welcome with a...
Why do you have this? This is crazy activity over here, bro.
loud chant, Kilmar, Abrego, Garcia.
Oh my fucking God.
Sí se puede, 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 sí se puede.
Oh my God.
This is fucking crazy.
Queridos
bro.
hermanos y hermanas, mi nombre es Kilmar, Abrego, Garcia, y siempre quiero que recuerden que hoy fue...
Great. No one knows what the fuck he's saying, bruh.
Puedo decir con orgullo que estoy libre y me reuní con mi familia.
Brothers and sisters, my name is Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and I want you to remember this. Remember that I am free, and I was able to be reunited with my family.
Un milagro, gracias a Dios.
Yeah, you think it's all good. You think you got reunited with your family and everything's all great and dandy, huh? Shit, what's gonna happen? Motherfucker getting the treatment.
Gracias a toda la comunidad.
This was a miracle. Thank you to God, and thank you to the community power.
Y por eso quiero decirles las gracias a cada uno de ustedes que marcharon, levantaron sus voces y oraron y nunca dejaron de creer y luchar por mi libertad.
And this is why I want to thank each and every one of you who marched, lift your voices, never stopped praying, and continue to fight in my name.
Gracias a mi pareja de vida, mi esposa Jennifer, mi hermano César, mi madre Cecilia y toda mi familia.
Thank you to my life partner and wife Jennifer, to my brother Cesar, to my mother.
David, it's fucking crazy. But don't worry, right after this ordeal, motherfucker gets arrested by ICE. Shit.
Cecilia, to my children, to my nieces and nephews, to all of my family.
Gracias a casa, mi segunda casa, a mi sindicato SMART, a todos los pastores, a todas las iglesias, organizaciones y mis equipos legales.
Thank you to Casa, my second home, to my union, SMART, to all of the organizations, all of the faith leaders, all of the partners, and my legal team.
Me he enterado cómo la comunidad me ha apoyado, me ha abrazado con tanto amor y solidaridad.
I have come to know how the community has stood up with so much support and has hugged me with so much solidarity.
Y desde el primer día quiero agradecer también a Dios que siempre ha estado conmigo y ha estado dando bendiciones a toda mi familia.
And I also want to thank God, who has been giving me blessings since day one, to me and to all of my family.
Cuando por fin me reuní con mi familia.
Bro, why are you still talking? All right. This guy is still just gonna do this bullshit up here. Who gives a fuck? All right, let's go ahead and move on to where he actually gets the treatment. You know what I mean? He's gonna get a little treatment here. Uh-oh. talk shit. Watch what happens. Fuck around and find out in our country that you don't belong to, that you are not a citizen of, that you are an illegal in. Yeah, let's go ahead and show you how this shit's done.
Free Kilmar!
Real quick, hold on. We got Jeremy Ryan up in the building with the 5 spot saying, please use this super to get a battery for your smoke alarm. Gotta say, stay safe, bro. That's right, bro. I very much appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoy the smoke alarm there. Appreciate the batteries, man, because I definitely need them. You know, as you can obviously hear, I got lots of smoke detectors in here that need battery changing. So definitely gonna need more to replace all those batteries. Anyways, hey, really appreciate you, Jeremy. Appreciate you for that. My man.
Free Kilmar! Free Kilmar!
Penguin Posse, my man, good morning. And make sure you drive safely, kind sir. Great to see you, by the way. Yeah, I put it on my soundboard, kind sir. Yeah, I mean, come on, my man. You know I'm set up, bro. Come on, bro.
Stupid!
Oh, no, you fell for it.
Good morning, my name is Simon Sandoval Motionberg. I'm a partner at the immigration law firm. Good morning, my name is Simon Sandoval Motionberg. I'm a partner at the immigration law firm of Murray Osorio PLLC in Maryland, Virginia, and New Jersey, and one of the many attorneys in the legal team that's been representing Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Mr. Abrego Garcia was taken into custody by ICE this morning.
Oh, shit. He got taken by ICE this morning. Oh, poor baby.
And one of the many attorneys in the legal team that's been representing Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Mr. Abrego Garcia was taken into custody by ICE this morning.
Fuck around and find out in our country, cocksucker. Look how pissed they are.
Oh my God!
As he was leaving the jail in Tennessee on Friday, he'd been given a notice requiring him to check in at 8 a.m. this morning. The notice stated that the reason was interview. Clearly that was false. There was no need for them to take him into ICE detention. He was already on electronic monitoring from the U.S. Marshal Service and basically on house arrest. The only reason that they've chosen to take him into detention is to punish him.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
To punish him for exercising his constitutional rights. His constitutional right to fight back against being illegally deported to El Salvador.
Oh, I love the fucking cope. The cope is just, it's just awesome. It's awesome to watch this all happen, bruh. This is awesome.
His constitutional right to speak up through his court filings on the torture and treatment that he received in El Salvador at the direct request of our government. His constitutional right not to allow his arm to be twisted to take a guilty plea if he doesn't want to. His constitutional right to exercise his right to a jury trial on his criminal proceedings if he so chooses. And his constitutional right and his right under the Bail Reform Act to leave the prison and come home to his family. He's being punished for exercising those rights. We asked the ICE officer what the reason for his detention was. The ICE officer didn't answer. The ICE officer stated that he'll be taken.
What's up, brother Ron Rowdy down there from down under? Always appreciate my man hanging out with
to
us.
a detention center. We asked the
Good
ICE
to see
officer
you.
which
as
detention
well as
center.
Pitbull
The ICE
over there in the UK, by the way. Always appreciate you as well. He's saying I'm riding and listening to you on the headset, watching you on the phone. Mount. Hey, well, make sure you ride safe, man. No need for any more messages, kind sir. Want to make sure you're staying alive. You know what I mean? We got brother Steve Posey as well. My man, great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning as well with this. We're definitely enjoying ours.
Officer said that they weren't able to say. We asked the ICE officer for a copy of any paperwork that's being served on him today. The ICE officer wouldn't commit to even giving us that paperwork.
Stupid!
What are they screaming?
In the last 5 minutes, Mr. Abrego Garcia has filed a new lawsuit in the Federal District Court for the District of Maryland, challenging his current confinement and challenging deportation to Uganda or to any other country unless and until he's had a fair trial as in an immigration court, as well as his full appeal rights. In 2019, Mr. Abrego Garcia had a full trial. It lasted over 2 days in this building behind me. And the result of that trial was that the judge entered an order.
Because they think the Constitution works for illegals, Frank. That's why. Because they're fucking they're idiots.
That he could not be deported to El Salvador. That order was not even appealed by the government. If they want to deport him to any other country, they need to go through that exact same process.
You be good, Brother Steve. Always appreciate you. We'll see you on the flip side, by the way. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Monday day.
Unless and until they have gone through that process, they do not have the right to put him on an airplane. And that's what we're going to be asking the district court to ensure. That he is not put on any flight to any country whatsoever, whether it's Uganda, South Sudan.
That's correct, Anson.
What have you, unless and until he has had a full and fair trial in an immigration court as well as his full appeal rights. So he's filed a lawsuit
Make believe.
seeking to ensure that he is not removed from the United States pending his immigration proceedings. We'll certainly be advising you as to the progress of that lawsuit. The courthouse isn't even open for the day yet. But other than that, his family was, and he was exceedingly grateful to see the tremendous amount of support today and over the weekend. This is a person who didn't even know that he had anyone looking out for him, much less the entire nation.
Oh my God, get it over with, please.
A few moments later.
3 months that he was detained in El Salvador. This is a person who feared that the world had forgotten about him. And so you can imagine how much it filled his...
Bro, who cares? Who cares? Let the people of El Salvador care.
...heart to learn that not only was it not true that the world had forgotten about him, but that the whole world was behind him and was marching and raising their voices and raising their fists to support him. Has filled his heart throughout these past months. Let me repeat that in Spanish.
Let me repeat that in Spanish. Oh my God, bro.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia fue detenido por ICE.
This is crazy, bro. This is actually crazy.
Él tuvo un juicio, duró 2 meses. Acuérdense que estamos cómo le llegó la... Él, de donde quiera que...
God, you guys are gay.
Why are you gay?
Definitely gay.
You are gay.
Sure.
We are all Kilmar. We are all Kilmar.
Compañeros, antes de cerrar, quiero pedirles algo. Before we close, I want to ask you one thing. If everybody could kneel.
What up, John?
Si todos pueden arrodillarse en una rodilla.
Good morning, good
¿Y
morning.
por qué les pregunto que se arrodillen? Porque no nos podemos continuar a parar viendo esta injusticia que continúa a pasar en el país que ya...
Bro, please speak in English.
In a country where we call our home and we see our people being inhumanely tortured.
Oh my God, dude.
Emotional, damn it! As we kneel and reflect on what happened to Kilmar today, I want you to put your left fist in the air and remember the promise that you made him before he walked into the courtroom. Mientras estás en una rodilla, quiero que pongas un puño izquierdo al aire y firmemente...
Can you please stop it?
ICE.
This shit is so gay.
As ICE officials ripped him away from his family, mientras los oficiales lo arrancaron de su familia.
Imagine sitting there and trying to defend criminals. Imagine trying to defend illegal activity. I mean, right here on 4K, on television, and around the world. Like, this is just so fucking crazy, bro.
Stop the cap.
Jennifer firmemente los vio a los ojos y les dijo que recuerden este momento cuando lleguen a sus casas con sus hijos. Secuestraron de nuevo a mi esposo.
You're right. You are right.
Jennifer firmly looked at the officers in the face and said, remember this moment when you go home and see your kids. You have once again kidnapped my husband. Y mientras reflexionamos, compañeros, Kilmar les trajo el mensaje a todos ustedes que no olviden su promesa. And as we reflect, Kilmar, let us know to remember his promise. That commitment to keep fighting, not just for him, but for everybody who continues to be treated inhumanely. Que continuemos a luchar, no solamente por él, pero para...
What's up, Path Killer? Great to see you, my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your Monday morning as well. Let's go and skip past the Spanish bullshit.
And always, repeat after me, we are here with you.
Oh, God. Please. Please just stop it.
right here, right now, and always. Estamos contigo, aquí, ahora y siempre. Y esta lucha no se acaba hoy, sino esta lucha sigue y sigue y sigue. And this fight does not end today. It will continue on and on and on. ¿Sí se puede, mi gente? Yes, we can. Thank you.
What's up, brother Lee Lance, my man? Hopefully you're enjoying the morning, kind sir. Great to see you. Oh yeah, we're just racist. That's what it is. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, no, it has nothing to do with our laws and our immigration laws. Has nothing to do with that, right? Has nothing to do with that. Fucking retard. Get the fuck out of here.
We'll never be defeated. The people united. We'll never be defeated. The people united. We'll never be defeated.
Yes, sir, brother Lee.
Happy to take any questions.
The administration had offered a plea deal. Has that been rejected? Is that off the table? And what has they suggested?
He has been convicted of DV.
Would happen next in terms of a potential deportation to Uganda?
So I don't represent him in his criminal matters. Whether the plea deal is off the table or not, you'd have to address that to his criminal defense attorney. But the fact that there...
Whose property is he? Is he United States property or is he El Salvador property? He's El Salvadorian, right? His country owns him? Right. Okay. So that's where he goes. Simple.
Holding, Costa Rica as a carrot and using Uganda as a stick to try to coerce him to plead guilty to a crime is such clear evidence that they're weaponizing the immigration system in a manner that is completely unconstitutional, and specifically weaponizing the decision of which country they send him to. If their stated goal is to get him out of the country as quickly as possible, there's already a country that has offered him refugee status, that has committed itself not to redeport him to El Salvador, and that he has stated that he is willing to accept, right? Instead, they're going to play games with his life and keep him detained for God knows how long, to fight a fight over whether he can be deported to Uganda or not. So, they didn't get what they wanted, which is to keep him locked up in Tennessee under criminal proceedings. And so instead, they've designated removal to a country that they know that he's going to oppose. They know that he's going to ask for legal proceedings against deportation to Uganda, right? It really
TVT.
is very clear that the government is far more interested in throwing around their weight and demonstrating what they think is their power to do whatever they want, whenever they want, to whoever they want. That's clearly far more important to them than any particular outcome in this case.
Is Costa Rica still an option?
Yeah, that was probably one of the dumbest claims that you could make right there. That's probably the worst take you can make. I don't understand where your logic comes in, by the way. But this is the last time I'm even going to talk to you about this, because obviously you're just a retard. And I don't blame you. It is what it is. But nonetheless, if they're illegal, and illegally here, they're going to be deported. If they're America's criminals, they're going to be handled here in America, dumbass. Where would we send Americans to? Oh, you mean American prisons? Right. Okay. Got it.
Explained in the filing in the Tennessee case on Saturday morning, Mr. Abrego Garcia stated that he was willing to accept refugee status in Costa Rica. Que tal como se dijo en el expediente que se sometió el sábado en el caso criminal, el señor Abrego García ya afirmó que está dispuesto.
Well, fine, my man. Great to see you, by the way, all the way across the world. Great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying I guess it would be for you, Monday evening? Monday evening, I think it is for you.
Esto de aceptar la oferta de estatus refugiado en Costa Rica, pero el hecho de que están utilizando la amenaza de deportarlo a África, a Uganda, a donde sea, y que lo van a querer mantener detenido bajo condiciones terribles de los centros de detención de ICE, mientras él pelea en contra de esto, mientras hay una opción de llevarlo, si lo que quieren es sacarlo del país, eso pueden efectuar mañana a Costa Rica, pero eso hace muy claro de que están utilizando el sistema migratorio y la detención de ICE para castigarlo de una manera que no pudieron hacer en Tennessee.
Shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I very much appreciate every single person that's been in here and hanging out with us. I just got rid of that retard, just so you guys know. We don't allow these idiots to come in here and make false allegations and at least come with some sort of actual proof if you're going to come with some claims. You know what I mean? Until then, take a back seat and fuck off. You know what I mean? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I really can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with us this morning and making these very shows happen. I'm very grateful for your guys' contribution. Hitting that like button, whether it was in the middle, the beginning of you guys coming in, or at the very end, man, it helps out immensely, and it's free to do so. Guys, real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to send you guys off to a raid. We're going to raid you guys over to Carney's ride, so make sure you guys stick around for that. We've got it set up. Boom. All right. Thank you guys so much for making these very shows happen. We'll be back tomorrow morning for more of the world's madness. As always, though, be good, be blessed, and we'll see you guys very soon. Much love, honor, respect, everybody. Jeez.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken, he rides on two wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his stand, refusing to submit.